going to be a pretty good chance you're going to win that in the state championship game this year. Would obviously have been Pearl Con, but I thought Anderson County was better in Greenville. You look at the way they played Elizabethton, you look at the way Greenville played Elizabethton. Anderson County was more athletic than Elizabethton, and there was never a chance I didn't think Anderson County was going to lose the game against Elizabeth. They kind of did what they wanted to do. And that really caught me off guard that the Mavs did not go up there and win tonight.
I was a little shocked I'm a little shocked at the score. I thought it might be a little bit closer than what it was, but I'm shocked, period, that they got beat. I just thought they might be a little bit better football team right now at this point in time in the season. I just thought with the schedule they played, let's see who's on the line here holding for us. Go ahead, caller, you on the air. Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Dwayne Lefew.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, bud.
I'm doing okay, man. I was glad to see Auburn Springs win. I hate to see Clinton and AC lose, but I didn't get to go, but I appreciate BBB carrying the Auburn Springs game so I could see that.
Absolutely. A lot of prayers and thoughts going out to you, and I hope you continue to get better.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I'm doing pretty good.
Good deal. Thanks for watching, and
Yep.
Yeah, we'll continue praying for you and hope you get a road to recovery.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right, see you, bud.
See you, man.
483-8112, give us a call. We'd be more than glad to talk to you. We'll talk a little college football a little bit towards right before 11 o'clock, and we'll try to end it somewhere right after 11 something, so we'll see what it turns on. But Weston Powell, Cox, was you surprised tonight? I mean, I know it was you.
No, the West team I watched Anderson County play without the little wide receiver, the slot wide receiver. He brought he didn't play against Powell either. He just brings a different dimension to their team, just another threat you have to worry about. And then the two running backs were, they were injured earlier in the season and didn't play much in the middle, and they were back 100% tonight. But 6, 2, and 7 just carried the load for West. A big play right before the half. Both defenses were better than the offenses, but it's West is kind of that school right now. They got it rolling a little bit. They're winning games they should win, and won a state championship last year. And I'd say they'd be 2 touchdown favorites next week going against Walker Valley at home. So I think they're probably looking at another trip to Chattanooga. If they don't end up in Chattanooga, I'd be surprised. So,
yeah, and I thought if Clinton won tonight and it was West, they would have trouble with West, because West pretty much put the hammer on them earlier in the year.
Just different up front. I mean, not taking anything away from anyone, but West and Powell up front on the offensive defensive line, they just look different than anything I've seen this year. Good physical, interior blocking, and West's got a really solid defense, and they're rolling.
Yeah,
they are rolling.
Right now it's time you're going to be rolling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, can anybody in the 4A side, and I know anybody can beat anybody, a break here, a break there, a couple penalties go the wrong way, and you get all disgusted. Next thing you know, you're down. Can anybody beat Pearl Con this year?
Absolutely.
You think they can? I mean,
I don't know that they will.
It. I mean, I know they've lost it. What is this? If they get there, this be the third time?
I think third time.
And they've lost it all 3 times? Isn't that right? They've not won it, have they?
I don't think so. Maybe they've lost 3 of the last 4 or something like that. But
who they playing?
Marshall County.
Yeah, so they got to beat Marshall County first. But they are very good. They're very talented. They returned a lot of players. But I would say Coach Spradlin and Upperman are worried about each other first. But I would say that Pearl Con would probably be, if they make it, they would be the favorite to win. So, so you were on you thought Anderson County was going to go win too, right?
I did.
I did too.
I did.
Thought when me and you talked earlier today. You thought Cofield was going to win. We both thought Cofield.
I did. I thought Cofield would win tonight, too.
Yeah.
I did.
And I thought Bradley Central would beat up on Bearden, which they did.
See, I don't even know. What was the score of that
35-14 Bradley Central.
35-14 Bradley Central.
Yeah.
So, and I've been skeptical about Bradley Central all year long, but I guess they are for real. So, I mean, I didn't know. So,
You know the team is sitting at home right now, kicking herself in the butt.
Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge. Jesse called that last week. When he called in, I don't know if you got to hear him call.
I heard him a little bit.
He said Oak Ridge had to be about as disappointed as anybody because not only did they lose to Clinton, but they probably are not going to get a chance to play a Walker Valley team that they would have been favored at home to beat. And then you have West coming to your place for a semifinal game. So that would have been an interesting
matchup.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting matchup. Yeah, sure would have.
Well, it's hard to believe, but round 3's pretty much in the books on this side of the state anyway, on the East Tennessee side of it. I'm sure Middle and West, there's probably still maybe a game or two going on. It's not completely final yet, but it's hard to believe we're going to go in the 4th round of the playoffs, and, man, this thing's about over with. You know, it's in all general purposes, it is over with. I mean, you know.
Yeah. If we've talked all year, and I don't want to say we're right or we're tooting our own horn here when I say this, but, we've talked all year about how football is down in the area.
Right.
Nobody's better right now than they were last year.
I agree with that.
Now, Oliver Springs, congratulations. They're going to play in the semifinals. West going to play in the semifinals, but West still not as good as they were last year.
Correct.
I watched that tonight. Still not as good as they were last year. And that's the only 2 teams left standing in East Tennessee.
Wow, Alcoa.
Well, Catholic's gone. You've got Alcoa, but until Alcoa decides to step up and play a different division, they're mute to me. It's time for them to do something different.
Yeah, you think it'd get a little old. I mean, I know it don't get old winning, and it probably don't get old winning another state championship, but I would think you'd want a little competition.
Go play Greenville and Anderson County in the playoffs, see how it goes. I'm not saying they'd lose, but
we don't really. That's what I said earlier. We don't know how that game would have went between Greenville and Alcoa anyway. It would have been nice to have seen that game. That game should have been. They should have tried to have played that game. I don't care what went on. They should have tried to have played that football game, man. That's all I got to say. They should have tried to play it.
How close are McCauley and Baylor? About 5 miles?
McCauley and Baylor's probably 15 minutes.
They're going to both play each other for Triple S State title.
Yep.
Private school.
Yep. But back to the Alcoa thing. It's just time for them to do something. I mean, what good are they doing playing? Here's their road. Here's their road to the semifinals. Chucky Doak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin East.
Austin East had won 3 games going into that Alcoa game. Gatlinburg Pittman.
Had a pretty good year this year.
Yeah, but a team that Alcoa's not had any problems beating in the last, 4, 5, 6 years in the playoffs. A team that lost to Carter, who was 3rd in their region, in a bad region. And now they're going to play the winner of Meggs and Giles. So Giles historically has had some decent football teams, but we've been down there and watched Fulton play them and beat them.
That's who will play Giles.
Beat Meggs?
Yeah.
Thought Meggs might win that game tonight. Yeah, I thought Meggs might win that game. I really did.
But anyway, back to my point. It's just time for them to do something different.
But the thing about it is they're not going to do anything different.
No, they never have.
Let's see. We got a couple lines here. Let's see who's on line. Quick caller, you on the air?
Well, hello there.
Hey, what's going on, Christy?
Well, I am wonderful tonight.
I understand
We didn't
that.
go to the game, but we were at home. We were watching it. Trust me, we were watching it. I think all of Kellytown heard us yelling after the game was over with.
I understand.
Oh, but, you know, I said I was going to say this. I told Junior I was going to say it, and I'm going to say it. I said, for a certain person that never wants to say our name, bye-bye to that team down the road.
Okay, I don't know who you're talking about, but I guess.
The Oliver Springs fans know who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. All right.
And, Brad, I still love you, but, you know, sorry.
Yeah, he's not here yet, but we'll tell him you said that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's not here yet, but we'll tell him. He'll be in here in a little bit.
Big win for the Bobcats.
Yeah, big win
Yes,
for the Bobcats.
it was. It said the same score, just a different outcome, and we love it.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the same score as the first time, just the opposite?
Yeah. That was regular. That was regular season score. Was 2013 Cofield.
You know, I honestly, I'll say this, and I don't know if I mean what I'm fixing to say or not, but I don't know that I wouldn't rather just be hanging my pads up tonight and have to go against South Pitt next Friday night. I'm just being honest.
Well, you know,
I mean,
it's another game.
it is.
and
It is
anything
another
can
game.
happen.
But it's
Oh,
like
no,
those-
you're right. I
yeah.
agree with you, but I'm just saying South Pitt. Wow, just a tough,
Yeah.
just a really tough opponent to have to play.
We started the season with them. I don't want to end it with them.
How bad they beat
But it's-
all? How bad they
But
beat
it's
them?
at Oliver Springs.
How bad was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I thought they started with South Pitt at the first of the year, but I wasn't for
Yeah,
sure
we
of
played
that.
them at South Pitt, but this game's going to be at Oliver Springs.
You
Yeah.
think that's an advantage?
Shoot, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Let's
The
see.
first
Wait a
game
minute.
was-
Wait a minute. 56-0. 56-0 was the first game score.
But I will tell you right now, and I'm challenging Oliver Springs fans, because I know some of them's listening. I'm going to challenge Oliver Springs fans to fill them stands up.
Well, now wait a minute. That includes you too.
Oh, we're going to be there. You
Okay.
ain't got to worry about that.
All right. Well, now listen. I will say this. I think Oliver Springs is a different football team than they were during. If you want to go back to the first week, I think Oliver Springs is a different football team. So I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
saying it'd be the same outcome, man. It's just an uphill battle. I don't care who would be playing them next Friday night, whether it be Oz or whether it would be Cofield.
I agree. I agree completely.
Yep. Running clock, baby. Might be a running clock.
Garrett was having a field day. Me and Junior was screaming, and he come running. What happened? What happened?
Who's the guy that always watches the show? And I think, Christy, you know, he always watches the show. He's a Cofield fan, but maybe his daughter cheered at Oliver Springs or something like that.
Not Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Eric. Well, we ain't talked to Eric hardly any all year long, man. I mean, not hardly any.
Eric got dropped off that one night.
Yeah.
And we hadn't heard from him in a while.
I ain't heard from him in a while. Well,
Probably won't play
congratulations.
tonight either.
Congratulations to the Bobcats.
That's right. Go Bobcats and go whoever.
I
Vols.
heard that. Vols, yeah. The
Vols
Vols
big
yeah,
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, they're going to need some big. Yeah, they're going to need him some big, yeah.
Well, we ain't talking about the Vols because my cat lost to them, so we ain't talking about that.
I understand.
And now you're not even at basketball school.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even say that now.
Oh, well.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
All right, see you, honey. Bye.
Thanks.
Go Cats.
All right. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air. Hello. Hello.
Well, hello.
Go ahead.
Well, gentlemen, I know I give you a lot of crap. I take shots at you, rightfully so. However, I just want to say, for all of us, we appreciate having you guys do this for us. And I know it's a lot of hard work and not fun dealing with me, but we're all good sports here. So just want to say congratulations to Clinton on a successful season. Beat Oak Ridge fair and square. And, yeah, like I said, we appreciate what you guys do. You definitely give us some laughs, especially you, Queener. I don't know if you realize this, Queener.
You
I don't
know-
know if you realize this, Queener. What? What's up? What, Queener?
I'm really glad you called tonight because I've been waiting on this time, this point for about a
Honey,
week
I called
now.
last week. Where were you?
I was at home sick as a dog where I was at, man.
Yeah,
I was
actually,
sick. I had the
Peter,
COVID. But now listen to this, and you can pass this on to all your friends, okay? I was thinking about this. The athletic director is Joe Gaddis. So his record as athletic director against Clinton in the playoffs, he's 0-1. Derek Raines never beat Clinton. He's 0-1. David Clary and all his buddies on the radio, now every time they give stats, they'll have to say in the playoffs they're 0-1 against Clinton. Take that, and we'll see you next year. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Dave Queener, Jasper Young.
Hey, Jasper, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, I just wanted to call in and just say how proud I am of the Clinton Dragons. I think that this team is, they played with a lot of resiliency, and I think that these coaches did a fabulous job with these coaches. Came a little short tonight, but not only just for the players, but the community in general. I just, this is going to be a team to remember, and just want to tell that team how proud I am of them.
I agree with you, Jasper. I mean, Clinton had a shot even down to the last, just a few seconds there, converting the onside kick and then driving the ball down the field, just, interception in the end zone. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, and but Clinton had a really good year. They really did. And Coach Keith has done a really good job with the Dragons this year.
Absolutely, and I want to give props to our fans not getting behind there and making the noise, and I think that's what we needed all year long, and they showed out tonight. And
looked like a pretty good crowd.
Yeah, that was a good crowd. I was a little concerned when he first got there. I was like, oh no, I think the rains kind of scared them up, but they all they trickled in there, and we had a full set of bleachers. So
good deal.
Yep. But Dave, thank you for what you guys do, and have a good night, and go Vols.
Yeah, they're going to need help tomorrow, too. We'll see you, man.
All right, see you.
All right, see you, man. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, what happened to Anderson County tonight?
What happened to Anderson County tonight?
It sounds like they just had a hard time manufacturing offense. I've not got to see the stats from that game. I've not got to see if there was any turnovers or not, but I felt like they were the better team going up there, and just to put up 17 points. They got off to a slow start on offense. I know early on it was 7-0 in the first quarter, so it's a good question.
Is Greenville up towards Morristown? And definitely do that.
Greenville's about 20 miles past Morristown.
Yeah. Where's this Walker Valley? Where they at?
That's just north of Cleveland, Tennessee. It's in the northern part of Bradley County. So just, almost in between Sweetwater and Cleveland.
It's a fairly new school, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a newer school. It's a big school right off the interstate down there, exit 33 in Charleston. If you're heading down there, you pass Athens, and then you get to Charleston, and it's right off the interstate there in Charleston.
What about the western teams out towards Memphis, out in there? Where are they at?
Well, they're an hour behind us right now, so we do know that it looks like Giles County will be playing Alcoa. We don't really know much about the Dresden Union City or much about Dresden. Dresden ended up winning that game, so there's just some stuff that's still, games just finishing up. But Pearl Cone, in 4A supposed to be pretty good, but now they're struggling tonight at home against Marshall County. I think the biggest thing is you look at the Clinton side of the bracket, that Walker Valley, and you got the Knox West, and I heard tonight that Centennial was actually getting beat by Page, which would have been an upset. So usually this side of the state dominates.
I've been watching the West just put a whipping on the Powell.
West is good. Yep, they're solid.
Yep.
So it looks like there's going to be, about 4 East Tennessee teams in next week or what?
Yeah, right now we got Oliver Springs. We have no 1 and 2A. In 3A we have Alcoa. 4A, if you want to consider Greenville, they're Upper East Tennessee. 5A you got Knox West. And then 6A, Bradley's the closest one.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Hey, let's jump out and take our first break tonight. We'll be right back just in a few minutes.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
On-site care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-site care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, on-site care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now on-site care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey guys, it's Jesse Smithy. Just doing weekly call in with you guys.
Hey Jesse, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing well. It's been a busy night. We had about 7 games in the area involving a lot of local teams, and we saw some historic runs come to a close, and we've seen some historic runs keep going. So it's we got another table full of games next week, and but definitely some things to talk about tonight.
Hey, Jesse, is the shocker tonight Oliver Springs over Cofield?
It's definitely one of them. I mean, when you get into a game where rain kind of comes into play, I mean, it can be a really big factor across the board, no matter what classification. But as I watched some of that game earlier tonight, and to see Oliver Springs get out to a 13-0 lead in that game, I believe, right? I mean, or 10-0 lead at halftime. Excuse me. I mean, that's just all you could have wanted if you're Oliver Springs, to be on the road against your rival that you hadn't beat since 2009, and to go in there and post a double-digit lead at halftime. I mean, that's just going to create belief for yourself in the second half. And I'm sure Oliver Springs coaches told their players, look, this is Coalfield's field. They're used to winning. They're going to come out and they're going to give us a game in the second half. And that's exactly what happened. But it's just Oliver Springs, you can just see them closing the gap with Coalfield a little bit this year, and as they continue to play better throughout the rest of the regular season and into the postseason. So you knew it was going to be a game, but it's hard to believe until they finally do it, and now they did. And off to the semifinal for the first time since 2011.
Yeah, it's a big win for the Bobcats tonight. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mason Day's been so good for them all year. Of course, Carson Nivens, the defensive lineman, he was our sophomore underclassman of the year last year. And he and a number of other guys have just posted tons of tackles for loss this year, sacks, and they get after it defensively, and they did it tonight.
So Anderson County goes up the highway and goes to a familiar place tonight to play Greenville, and they lose tonight. I mean, I guess we're getting accustomed to whether it's either Elizabethton or Greenville or Anderson County, one of the three is going to wind up out of that whole mess.
Yeah, I'm a little perplexed by this one, guys. I mean, it was rainy weather up there. That means Greenville's going to keep it on the ground. They only have one guy on offense. Yeah. One guy, Carson Quillen. Everybody knows that. You can look at the stats, you can look at the film. You have to find a way to negate that guy. Whether you have to drape a spy on him or whatever, I don't know what kind. If Greenville gave different looks that maybe Anderson County looked familiar with on film, I don't know. But that's the game plan to stop Greenville offensively. Stop Carson Quillen. And he had 4 touchdowns tonight. I'm perplexed by that one.
Were they all rushing touchdowns?
They were all rushing touchdowns, according to the box score that I got. In the game, the amount of game that I was able to watch, I just saw that guy getting loose past defenders all night long, and I don't understand that. And look, Tony Lambert and that staff, they know way more football than I do. So by no means am I criticizing them. It's just a head scratcher. I'm interested to see just kind of the game story, how they were able to pull it off. But he ran for 182 yards and 4 touchdowns on 24.
Wow. So he did have 182. I wondered how many yards rushing he had. What about Anderson County? Did they turn the ball over tonight?
They had a interception and a lost fumble, one fumble. So, I mean, 2 turnovers. It's not great. It's not awful. I'm looking at the box score here. They're 7 of 14 on third downs. That's not bad. They just got to a point where they kept getting big played, and then I think Greenville was able to make some stops in the red zone late in that game against Anderson County, and preserve their lead there. So you get in that situation, you're pressing late in the game, maybe you miss an open receiver you didn't see, or an opportunity to run for an easy touchdown. I did see that Isaiah Hall missed, kind of inside the 10, tried to force a pass in there. He could have run it in easily, and then maybe Anderson County scores. They can go for the onside kick, and who knows what happens. But at the end of the day, they didn't have enough offense. They didn't do enough defensively.
So Quillen goes for 182. I think the next question I would ask after the turnovers, how many's Moog go for?
Yeah, Moog had 33 yards. 33 yards on 18 carries, and that's not his typical output. When your leading rusher is Isaiah Hall, your quarterback, that's never a good thing for Anderson County's offense. That's not the way it's supposed to operate.
Well, it sounds to me, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it sounds to me like that Greenville knew who to stop tonight.
Oh, he said on the show last week.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But yeah, there were just some missed opportunities. At the time when I was watching the fourth quarter, just some missed scoring opportunities that Anderson County had a chance to cash in on in the fourth quarter and just didn't do it, and that's a credit to Greenville's defense.
Hey, talk a little bit about the Bradley Boo Bears. Are they as good as advertised? I mean, is that Oakland Bradley game next week? It's going to be one for the ages?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Bradley Central's quarterback, Caleb Martin, who was at Ray County under Mark Pemberton, he's a 4.3 40 guy. He's going to Miami of Ohio. Really kind of an athlete more than a polished quarterback. He's a runner first. He was making a run tonight in the fourth quarter against Bearden, ended up hurting his left leg.
Oh.
And they said that he could not put pressure on that leg coming off the field. That's not what you want. That's not what Bradley Central wants going into its first state semifinal since, I think, 1976 against the 3-time defending state champion Oakland Patriots. So they're going to get to host that game, I believe, against Oakland, and Oakland just beat down, I think it was Riverdale tonight, a team that they lost to in the regular season. And Kevin Creasy knows how to win state championships. We know that, and that was if Bradley Central's not able to get Caleb Martin back, I don't like their chances, because who's going to deliver the ball to Boo Carter? I know Boo Carter did some Wildcat QB tonight after Caleb Martin left and kind of put the game away against Bearden, but hopefully we'll see Caleb Martin return.
Absolutely. That stinks going that far and you lose your quarterback.
Yeah,
that's a tough blow.
Yeah, you want to see the best on best at this stage, and you don't want anybody just getting an easy advance out of the semifinal.
So we've had a few calls and asked about the big picture. Is this the year that, like, West has a pretty good road from here in the 5A state, or have you looked on the other side of the bracket yet in any division?
It feels like that year, that second title by Bryson Rosser. Remember, like, they weren't as good as the first year, but they made it down to state maybe when they weren't supposed to. I think everybody was looking at South Doyle or Oak Ridge that year, I think. And they made it to state in 2019, kind of surprisingly, and ended up winning it. That could totally be West this year. They're not that potent offensively. They run the ball hard. They got a good, solid offensive line, and, of course, we know they play great defense. And they just got after it tonight defensively against Powell High School. I think he won that game easily 31-5. And then when you look at across the state in 5A, it's kind of the same old, same old. You got your Henry counties out there and Page, I believe, maybe, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, it's definitely a possibility that West could get by Walker Valley next week. That game will be at West High School, so that's definitely huge in their favor. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. It looks like Page is still alive, and I'm not sure who's winning.
Southwind beat Henry County pretty bad tonight.
Southwind is?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're undefeated, so I'm not really sure what they have personnel-wise, but they're not used to being in state championship games, and West High School is. So, I mean, that's a huge factor.
Absolutely. What else in the area tonight kind of got you, and what gets your attention next week here as we know you have a busy night and we won't keep you all night?
Well, we're going to see Alcoa versus Giles County for the third consecutive year in the state semifinals. Alcoa put a beat down on GP tonight, 31-7. Brandon Winton had 3 touchdowns in that game, South Florida commitment. And what a welcome addition that guy has been, right? I mean, he showed up in January, helped them win a state basketball championship, and now he looks like he might be leaving in December to go to South Florida with a football championship in tow as well. So I'm sure the Alcoa coaches have already scouted Giles County, got them down under the microscope, and know exactly what to do. That game will be at Alcoa as well. So I'm fully expecting Alcoa to go on to the 3A state championship.
You know, we're gonna put pressure on you. We started something about 30 minutes ago, didn't we, on the show?
Yep.
We think it's time for you to start laying the pressure on Alcoa. I know we still have another year left. It's time for them to step up and play 3A football, 4A football.
Yeah, I'm going to bypass that. I'm going to get out of that. That's never a good look. It's really backfired for a lot of media. I'm not playing that game. I'll say this: and I know it's not in the postseason, but if you look at their schedule this year, I mean, they've gone to bat with the big boys, and they've proven their worth against the big boys. So I don't think you can discount Alcoa. It's not like every game that they've played is just a cupcake opponent. I mean, if they were playing in a different state, wouldn't they get bumped up? I guess
probably would.
Georgia or something like that. That if you win a couple state titles or something like that, you get bumped up. And,
yeah, if you win a couple.
Yeah, and if you lose, you kind of get relegated back down. I mean.
So let me ask you this, Jesse: would you be in favor of the state doing that to stop some of this in these different divisions?
Yeah, it'd be fun. I mean, right? I mean, that'd be fun to keep up with, and seeing a school that's maybe a 3A size playing up in 5A and to see if they can win state championships. People used to beg that of Maryville. Remember back when Maryville was in 4A? You know, come up and play with the big boys. Well, they went up to the big boys and they beat them too, and everybody just kind of shut up. Alcoa has beaten 6A, they've beaten 5A, 4A, whatever. People kind of quieted down a little bit on that, but the talk always happens this time of year when they're just kind of cruising through the 3A playoffs.
Yeah, and what's funny was I got going on this tonight because it started pouring the rain at West. I ran under the 10 over there, and the guy was looking at the scores, and he gets the GP score, and he's like, you know, Coach, why don't they step up and play a different division? And I was like, well, I don't know. But I can tell you this. West, like the guy said, that West Alcoa game a couple years ago, it's been a really good football game. They're really good. Nobody's taking anything away from them. But it would be cool to see them play in Anderson County, a Greenville, Elizabethton, you know, on that road to Chattanooga.
Definitely so. I mean, like I said, from a consumer standpoint, everybody wants to see the marquee matchup because that's what gets them excited. Nobody really gets excited for an Alcoa Giles County rematch in the semifinals for the third time in a row. We know what's going to happen. But I mean, that's not my call. I just cover it as it is, and we'll see if they ever move it up.
You got a lot of pull. You got games started at 7 o'clock in this area.
Yeah, you did. You got some pull. Hey, Jesse, but hey, listen, we appreciate you calling us all year long, man, and you know you put a little light in the program every week when you call in because you give us the big picture. So we appreciate it, man.
He actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, you actually know what you're talking about. Me and Cox ain't got a clue.
Well, it's one of the most fun shows I ever call into, and I always enjoy it each and every year. Already looking forward to next year.
All right, buddy, we'll talk to you. See you.
Thank you, bud.
All right,
have a good Thanksgiving.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Now.
Go ahead, caller. You on the air?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Spradlin, baby.
What's going on, Coach?
How about them Green Devils, son?
Well, I wish the other guy would stay on the line just a little bit longer. He could have heard that. You know, Jesse picked Anderson County, and he just hung up.
How about that? I'm going to send him a picture of what it looks like in my what I got up in my dang locker room. Him and them prep extra, his old employer.
Oh, I told him it was coming, Coach. I've warned him. I've warned him.
Pick against me next week. Get them fired up.
Oh, I love it. Hey, talk a little bit about your kids. We heard that Quillen went for 182 yards and Moog went for 30-something. That's two really good running backs, and obviously you probably had to win that battle to win that game. So talk a little bit about what happened.
Yeah, I've told a lot of people, when the lights shine the brightest, Quillen wants to be in there and be the center of attention. That's why you put his butt on the mound in the state championship and he goes and wins you one. Throws a complete game. But kind of disrespected him not in the talk for Mr. Football. If he's not a Mr. Football finalist, I don't know who he is. He scored at every position at quarterback, running back, receiver. So the same thing tonight. He caught big passes tonight. He ran the football really hard. He scored at quarterback, and he scored at running back. And he played every down on defense.
Wow. Pretty good night. Talk about your defense, speaking of that.
Anytime, we played lights out the whole game on defense, really. Probably a few times we're not getting the line right. They scored their first touchdown in the game when they did a trick play down there. Tossed it to somebody, tossed it back to the quarterback and threw it up, and it was a bang catch. Our guy had good coverage, and we held them to a field goal down there. Just really proud of the effort of those guys all night long.
Absolutely. So now Upperman comes to Greenville. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. If they won, they're coming here.
I believe last time we checked, they were winning pretty. Yeah, they won 17-14, Coach. So it will be Upperman coming your way.
Sounds like a plan, man.
Yeah. Well, Coach, congratulations. Keep rolling, and I'll let you take care of Mr. Smithy there on a text message.
Yeah, keep picking against the Devils for me. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Coach, for calling.
The Devils, baby.
All right,
thanks, Coach.
Always, all y'all do for high school sports, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, caller.
I'm on the air.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on?
This is Coach DJ Pendergrass.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Man, not bad. What about that Coalfield game?
We're a little shocked here, just to be honest. I sort of thought Coalfield would win tonight. Just being at Coalfield, playing down there, it's a tough place to go play. But, Auburn Springs went in tonight and had a pretty good game plan, it looks like.
Yeah, they did, man. Yeah, they did. And I'm proud of those guys. I know a few guys over there at Coalfield, and I definitely want to give my flowers out to number 8, Waylon Burgess. That's my buddy, man. He's an awesome athlete. He's going to do great things in every sport he plays there at Coalfield, but he had an amazing game. I hate he went down towards the end. Definitely praying for him and his family. But, man, those guys over there, a lot of those guys play for me at Tennessee Jays on the Auburn Springs team. So it was sort of just looking like how Tennessee Jays just never give up, keep the fight. And to see Jackson Jett, I call him Ricky, to see Ricky Jett to run that ball the way he did towards the end of that game, I was happy that Auburn Springs got number 3 and 11 and 2 and 0. And Liam Bulkey did a great job, too, especially with that 31-yard field goal. It was just a great game. I'm just proud of them all, proud of the Bigs, coaching staff, and the fans came out and they did what they were supposed to do as well. So they kept their composure for 4 quarters, man. Unbelievable. Great game.
Yeah, they got a big challenge next week, South Pitt, so we'll see.
They better make sure they let Ricky run the ball next week.
Yeah, they're going to need to run it a lot. What's going to have to happen. You're exactly right. I agree with you 100%.
Oh, man, you guys do great down there. I just want to definitely give my guys the flowers on both ends. The coaching on both ends, it was just incredible, man, how the defenses was awesome. The front line, man, they just fight. And the greatest thing that I've seen in that game, it was a couple times, it was a Coalfield player down on the field, and an Auburn Springs guy reached his hand to pick him up and vice versa. That was the best thing that I've seen all night, regardless of the score. The sportsmanship and love. It got rowdy, but the sportsmanship and love that I've seen out there with those kids, That it looks like they're going to have a lifelong relationship, and this is definitely going to go in the history books for Oliver Springs.
Yeah, one thing you can say about Oliver Springs and Coalfield, that's two teams that never give up until the final horn sounds and they say it's over with. They play 4 quarters of football. It really don't matter. So it's two really good football teams. You hate to see one of them lose tonight, but it happens every year. So congratulations to Oliver Springs tonight.
Absolutely. Hey, man, you guys do a great job. Have a good one, man.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hey, let's take another break. We'll be right back here on the Free Medical Clinic here in just a little bit.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communications, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Here we go, Billy. Smart. As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Score. Let's go straight to the phone lines here. Go ahead, caller, you on the air.
What's going on, guys? Coach Harper.
Hey, Coach, big win tonight, so it should get a little easier next week with South Pitt.
Oh, yeah, you know, yeah, as you go on in these playoffs, it just definitely gets easier.
It just gets easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Coach,
we know what we're going up against. We've seen them at the first of the year, so I'm going to try to enjoy this one for a few minutes, though.
Coach, I don't blame you, but I'm going to ask you this question anyway. Coach, don't you think you have a different football team right now than what you had week 1?
Yeah, I told our guys whenever we left the field down there, 13, 14 weeks ago, I said, whenever we see them in the semifinals at our place, they're going to be a whole lot different football team, and I promise you we are. We have matured. We've grown. This team plays together for each other, and they have one common goal, and that's to continue playing football.
Coach, talk about your kids tonight. Tell us who had some big night tonight.
Well, I'll be real honest with you. It's just a whole team effort. I could single out some guys that obviously are key playmakers and different ones. But first, I'll start with Dakota Atkins. Not stat-wise did he have that impressive of a game, but that kid is a senior, one of my 3 seniors, and he's been through a lot, and he's lost a lot of football games to that program we just beat, and to be able to deliver this, a big one for him is really, really something special for me. I would be crazy not to mention our up front group, our offensive and defensive line, the guys that don't get the credit a lot of time. I feel like they dominated the football game, and I felt like we could move the ball pretty consistently running the football pretty much all night. Unfortunately, in the second half, penalties killed us, just getting backed up behind the chains. But I got to mention my sophomore quarterback. What a kid that has grown so much. I read a statement, after the game last time against them that they felt like if they could make us throw the ball, they would win the football game, and they did that night. But he took that and wore that on his shoulder tonight, and he threw the ball well and made some big plays for us. Jaquan Benton, making some huge plays. Just overall, a lot of kids. I would be super crazy not to mention Jackson Jett and that big run he had. It was one of those where he just was not going to be denied winning that football game tonight. And then our leader, our heart, our soul of our team is Cole Jackson. Has his size, man. You look at him and you're like, how's he on the football field? How's he playing? And he's one of the best football players out there. So just really proud of my team. I know I missed a few, and I could go back and go over the leaders of our defense. I mentioned our D-line, but Cooper Jones, Lucas Thacker, our linebacker core just playing really, really well. Sophomores. But I could talk for days. I promise you I could talk for days.
Heard that. Well, Coach, congratulations to your coaching staff and to your kids and to your community, and enjoy this thing for about 24 hours and then get ready for South Pitt.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you calling in.
Bye-bye.
You know, it's fairly young
That's
football.
a young football
team. Oh, yes,
team.
most definitely a young football
Sophomore
team.
quarterback,
Yeah,
a lot of sophomores, 3 seniors.
3 seniors is it. Yeah, it's a young football.
Wow.
Young football team, but, you know, just a pretty good football team, too. And it is going to be a different team from what they were week 1, but, man, they got a challenge, Joe.
I'm sure they have a challenge, but they basically what he just told you was he probably had 6 kids starting at South Pitt for their first high school football game. Yeah. Probably the first one they started.
Probably.
Quarterback, probably the first one he's maybe started and played.
So now he's got 10 or 11 games under his belt now, and it'll be a little bit different story. But they have a tough challenge, and I think he realizes that. And so we'll see how that game comes out. So next week. So I guess if I'm shocked about something tonight, I probably would say I'm shocked first of all about Anderson County losing. I didn't think that would happen, even though you don't never know with that game. And I'm a little shocked on Clinton tonight too. I thought Clinton might have been rolling right now and had it really, and it just didn't work out.
I think the biggest thing that I'll take away from Clinton is after they got up 14-0, I didn't think they'd lose at home.
And it happened quickly, and I thought they'd be another touchdown or 2 on top of that. And I think if there had been, that solves that game. That probably solves it away early.
And I think we said this last week, and I know I talked about it this week, early in the week. I thought Clinton would put up 30-some points on Walker Valley. I was a little surprised the offense didn't score more points. But going to the Anderson County thing, Moog to go on the road, and Anderson County only rushed for 33 yards.
Well, how many teams this year would have loved to have stopped Moog? And how many teams, if they had stopped Moog this year, the score might have been, could it have been different?
Clinton's a perfect example.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him.
If Clinton holds them 33 yards, or under 100.
They couldn't stop him.
But that's easier said than done.
It is.
Obviously, Greenville was really good up front.
Really good up
but
front.
I would say that, and I went to watch Anderson County and Science Hill play, and that's a long time ago. But the one thing that Science Hill got rolling on that Anderson County couldn't stop was lining up and running right at them. And that sounds a little bit what happened there tonight. I mean, they lined up a big old boy at running back, or the running back at quarterback, and they just basically say, we're going to run it right here, right. We're going to run it left. We're going to run it right and stop us. Now, I don't know that's what happened, but 182 yards against the Anderson County defense usually don't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
And then to run for 33
doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen either. So
it sounds like one of their touchdowns was kind of on a trick play.
Yeah, according to the coach there.
It
does.
But yeah, those two surprised me. The way Clinton lost surprises me more when they jumped out, and then just Anderson County losing because, I mean, I'm sure I'll get a text later, but I just thought Anderson County was better. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I told you earlier today, I thought they were the better tested team, and, we're a little bit stronger maybe at this point in the year. So wrong, I guess, just wrong. All right, as bad as I hate to I don't even really want to talk about this.
We got 10 minutes.
I don't even want to talk about this, just to be honest with you. I said this today on the radio too. Way back, I said Tennessee. There was a stretch. Tennessee played. Florida, Alabama, Texas A&M, Missouri, Kentucky, and now Georgia.
Yep.
So they lose to Florida and Alabama. They get A&M and they get Kentucky. And I kept saying, Missouri, watch out for Missouri. Missouri tags them big time. And now tomorrow. I don't know how anybody can think that Georgia's not going to tag them even bigger than what Missouri got them. I mean, does Tennessee have a chance? I mean, I know they got a chance, but is there a legitimate chance tomorrow?
We have some spectators out here, and I'm going to put them up to a challenge here. They got 10 minutes to figure this out, and then we're going to announce this on the air. When was the last time, you asked me if they have a chance, when's the last time Tennessee lost a home game?
I heard that stat here not long ago. It's been
Georgia at home
Yep.
2 years ago.
I heard the number, how many they've won since then. I can't
Was
remember
it
what.
15,
Sounds right.
14, 15?
Yeah, something like that.
So they're really good at home. His QB rating's about 180 at home and about 120 on the road.
You know, I just really,
Vegas only got him 9-point underdog.
I guess. I guess they know more about it. I don't claim to know anything about
But
it.
also
I just like
Vegas had
talking about it.
Tennessee rate favored by a point.
If Tennessee gets blowed out tomorrow, they're out of the top 25. Would you not
No.
think? You think they fall down in the 20?
They'll be in the they'll be in that.
So here's what I said earlier on in the year: 7-5 or 8-4, and 8-4 is looking like what it's going to be. It's going to be 8-4, and they're going to wind up in the bowl game. It'll cost more to take Tennessee to the bowl game than it will what money they get just actually from the bowl game participation. So
we were spoiled last year.
Yep.
We had success quicker than anybody thought he would, but he had an unbelievable quarterback, and he had 2 NFL wide receivers. This year, you name a guy that played against Missouri for Tennessee that will play in the NFL wide receiver. You don't have one.
No, Tennessee's team not right now.
And you don't have a quarterback either. Last year, you had Hooker, Tillman, and Hott, all NFL guys.
I was just shocked that at halftime, Tennessee didn't go in and make some adjustments. Now, wait a minute. Let me back up just a minute. They might have made them. They just didn't work if they made them. Okay?
The fumble going into the half changed the football game.
Yeah, it did. And we can't stop this kid, this running back that come from a Division II school. I mean, he eat us up, and then their quarterback eat us up too. I mean, the wide receiver that everybody was really worried about, including David here, he didn't really do very much.
I still go back to say a comment that I said on the show a couple weeks ago, and I've made this comment for a while. Josh's worst loss is still Florida at Florida. Missouri's a good football team. Florida's not a good football team.
So you're saying his worst loss this year's Florida?
In his career.
In his career?
At Tennessee. Is Florida at Florida. They're not any good, and he lost the game. Why did not?
Well,
but and here's the thing: the 2 things he has in common in Missouri and Florida, they never got the run established.
That's true. I agree. I can agree on that.
And Joe, you have to be able to establish the run with Joe back there playing quarterback.
See, early on this year, before we played Florida, and I think you heard me say this, I didn't think Florida was that good. I thought Tennessee would go to the Swamp and win that football game.
They should have.
Okay, and I think everybody thought, if you'd have looked and said, I think everybody would have circled Texas A&M as the loss. Early on. I mean, that's what everybody thought, just looking at. Texas A&M would be a loss. But they wound up beating Texas A&M. But the others, I mean.
I was worried about the stretch of Alabama, Texas A&M, and Kentucky. I thought if they won 2 of those, it'd be a pretty good stretch, and they did. But I didn't know Missouri was going to be this good when we were talking 8 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago.
Well, you knew Missouri was pretty good when they take Georgia to, go toe-to-toe with Georgia.
Yeah.
In Georgia, I believe. You knew they were pretty good then.
Yeah.
So, is the spread only 9 tomorrow?
I think it opened at 9.5.
9.5? Wow.
I heard that driving, maybe it was Monday or Tuesday. They couldn't believe it opened up at, a touchdown field goal difference. Yeah.
I'll watch it tomorrow just like I watched it last week. And it was madder than a dog afterwards.
Second series of third quarter, I couldn't watch anymore.
Well, I didn't have nothing else to do last week. I couldn't really leave the house because I still had COVID stuff. But this week, I told my wife, after halftime, we might have to go somewhere.
We're not going. Wait, did you see the ticket prices?
No, I hadn't seen them. I'm sure they're up there, though. Yeah, I'm sure they're up there.
They're north of 400 on the sidelines, consistently north of $400 a ticket.
Wow. People want to be over there bad for that, and they can watch it on the tube. I know it ain't like being there, but still yet. But
tomorrow, knowing who's coming to town and running the risk of passing up $1,000, I couldn't do it.
I don't blame you. I probably do it too.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
This is somebody we usually don't talk about. What do you think about the Jim Harbaugh saga? with the sign still, and he's getting 3-game suspension. Says he's going to appeal it, and then he winds up accepting it, and the Big Ten say, we'll drop it after this.
I didn't know they were dropping it.
The Big Ten is, if he accepted the 3-game suspension, dropped his, wanting to get a court order, an injunction to stop it. He dropped that. He's going to accept the 3-game suspension. He'll be out this week in Ohio State, and then the Big Ten has dropped it. Now, the NCAA has not dropped it, but the Big Ten has dropped it.
Does that mean the NCAA has told the Big Ten to back off? We got
Well,
this.
let me ask you a question. How can you get penalized by the Big Ten and then the NCAA at the same time? I mean, it sort of seems like a little double.
I don't know.
Double standards there, double jeopardy. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like I know it ain't the same thing as law and stuff like that, but you know, anything the NCAA, this investigation won't be completed 2 years from now. I don't understand
You think
that.
he'll be in the NFL for next year?
Yeah, I don't think he's at Michigan next year. I think this is it.
What's crazy is I think this is the best team he's ever had.
Yeah. Well, and we won't be here next week to talk about it, but if Michigan beats Ohio State next week, that game is at Michigan. If Michigan beats Ohio State next week, and Harbaugh's not on the sidelines, the coach at Ohio State, they'll run him off. Day will be gone. I mean, he will be gone. They will run him out of Ohio State. He will be gone. And then I don't know how anybody can pass up not talking about this guy. What about Jimbo Fisher and $70-some million, man? And have you heard some of the stipulations? There's none. He can go out and sign another contract for another $75 million and coach and draw that $75 million. There's none that gets reduced.
If I'm Jimbo,
I don't go by. I'm out.
I think I've already proven to everyone that I was somewhat of a one-hit wonder with Jameis Winston, and it's time for me to just chill.
So,
if you can't be successful in the middle of Texas
and a hotbed recruiting area
with a bundle of money,
yep,
you're not going to be successful.
So I think within 60 days he gets $19-some million, and with another 120 days he gets another $9 or some million. He gets a big chunk right off the bat. Within 120 some days he gets all this money, and then from this point on to 2031, I believe that's right. 2031, he gets $7.9 million a year, and he has no clause in about coaching any place else. I think I could live on that.
Yeah, I think you find a way to make that work.
Pretty comfortable.
I don't know. I don't know. The Mississippi State saga going on.
That's weird.
Texas A&M saga going on. Somebody asked me, it was last Saturday night, I think it was, when that got moving, what do you see happening? And I think the guy at Duke is probably a front runner for the A&M job or the Mississippi State job. I think the guy at Oregon has to be somebody both those contact immediately. But I think the name that I see leaving sooner than later, and I've said this for a while now, and his comment the other day really makes me think that he will be out of there. It's hard for me to beat Georgia when they have 24 5-stars and I have one. That's what Lane Kiffin said.
Now, you mentioned everybody's name in the world about coaching, but the one name you didn't mention is the one name you should have mentioned, and you know him, Jamie Chadwell. His name has been mentioned.
Mississippi State?
Yep. Mississippi State.
Yeah. That would be more of a – I could see that more at Mississippi State. You know, Texas A&M, I still think Lane Kiffin ends up at Florida if Texas A&M don't hire him.
They're saying Dan Mullins possibly could wind back up down at Mississippi State. Go back because
he was good there.
Said he's really well liked and loved there. But now Chadwell's name has been mentioned in these coaching as a hot coach. I mean, he's not getting much recognition this year at Liberty, though. I mean
he's 10-0 and he's 25th in the country.
Yeah, he just finally got. They didn't rank him till last week's first time, just jumping into the top 25. So I still think there's one more opening in the SEC to come. I think the Arkansas coach gets it eventually. Maybe.
So
if
let's
not
go,
this year, next year for sure.
Let's go back and talk about somebody we hadn't talked about in a while.
Who's that?
Your boy Prime.
Prime's struggling right now, man.
I mean, earlier in the year, you was ready to crown him best
No,
coach in the
I
country.
wasn't about ready to crown him. They won more games than what they had won. I just said he's
And
done
now
a-
I'm not sure he's going to be bowl eligible.
He's probably not going to be bowl eligible. So he's probably not going to be. So anyway.
So if you're in the SEC right now and you're at Texas A&M, who do you hire?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I go after the guy at Oregon. And
Somebody said he just can't afford to leave because of the Nike stuff.
if he tells me no, I go after Lane Kiffin.
Well, I shouldn't have said. I do know who the leading candidate there is. The head coach at USC is a leading candidate.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley. Yep. So another coach is on the hot seat is Brian Kelly at UCLA. They're waiting to see what he does maybe tomorrow night against USC. All right, folks. It's been a.
What do you think the score's going to be tomorrow?
I don't even want to guess.
You think it's like 30-something to 20-something or like 30-something to 17?
I'll say 30. I'll just be nice and say 30-something to 20. Be in the 30s,
I think-
high 30s, low 20s.
I think 34-17 would be more what I see, but man, the guy's been good at Neyland Stadium.
Yep.
He's been good.
He has been. Folks, we're going to wind it up tonight. This is our last Friday night, and our teams have got whittled down to practically nothing. So we've enjoyed it, or I know I have anyway. And we appreciate all the callers and all of our sponsors. First of all, let me just say this: all of our sponsors, and we appreciate them. And without those sponsors, we couldn't do it. Appreciate Chandler, man, back there keeping me straight until Cox gets here and keeping the wheels on this train, and to Brad Jones for allowing us to be able to do this. And Cox, I'll leave it up to you to get us out of here, man.
Yeah, Free Medical Clinic, thanks for all you do. It's been a great football year. A lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort from coaches and from kids and from the Jones family. Just what y'all do for the local kids and coaches is amazing. I know y'all have had some good shows this year with the coaches and always about the kids. But what a great year. Good luck to everyone that's still going. And Clinton, big win against Oak Ridge to kind of propel yourself in the right direction. And tonight, Auburn Springs beating Coalfield, big win to propel them. So best of luck to everyone. It's basketball time, and go Vols.
We'll see you next year right back here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. We'll see you.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Swing hard. As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health, for every moment.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roane State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
ex-weatherman Phil Connors with Oliver Springs football. Tonight, the Bobcats make their 4th straight trip to Coalfield. Much like Connors and Punxsutawney, Oliver Springs hasn't had a lot of fun here in the previous trips. But I've got good news for Oz. Spoiler alert, Connors finally did enjoy his time. It just took a lot of character development before he finally woke up to a new day and new outcome. It's not so much character development that Tyler Harper's team is needing, but the time they spent between the first time Sonny and Cher's famous duet acted as the alarm at 6 a.m. and now could be reminiscent of how Murray's character used the time to grow and be better. And I think that's the case for Oliver Springs. In the 2 meetings a season ago, Coalfield outscored the Bobcats 106-0. Ouch. But in Week 10, just 4 weeks ago, Coalfield escaped with just a 20-13 win in a game both teams made plenty of mistakes. That would determine the seeding for the playoffs, which ultimately didn't matter too very much because it brought us right back here. The 1 and the 2 are doing battle again, but the winner of this one will have a home playoff game in the last game standing in the way of a trip to Chattanooga. Does Coalfield keep the calendar on February 2nd, or does the weatherman redeem himself to get to the next day so he doesn't have to hear that gosh-forsaken polka music in town? No offense, Weird Al. We'll find out tonight in our OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7. I'll be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. You just got to dial 865-546-1111 or visit that website. You guys know the one, recintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by everybody's favorite Dan of all trades, Coach Dan Shoemaker. Oliver Springs proved that it belonged on the field in the regular season, but now it has to take that next step.
You are absolutely right, Aaron. It's one thing to get to that next level. It's an entirely different thing to stay at that next level. Oliver Springs can take that big step tonight. Coalfield stands in their way. Should be a great game.
Should be, and we'll preview this game, go over what else is happening in the quarterfinals in the area as well. Thanks to Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Coalfield fans, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, call or text Elaine. Oliver Springs fans, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, call or text Elaine. You know what? Fan or not, if you have real estate needs, you can trust Elaine, who is a multi-million-dollar producer year in and year out. Her number, 423-619-6748. That's 423-619-6748 for Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Do it now because we're about to take a commercial break. And stay tuned for more of the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
This holiday season, we invite you to join generations of families who have trusted Ray Varner Ford in Clinton as their car buying tradition. Let us fill your hearts with joy in your driveway with a new Ford, like this 2023 Ford Escape, $31,990. A 2024 Ford Edge all-wheel drive SEL, $41,980. 2023 Ford F-150, $35,654. Local you trust, a tradition you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Vanessa Brown for your personal price plan today.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid still way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite. Boo!
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
And welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine has a smidge under 10 years of experience in the real estate biz, and she did just a smidge under $10 million in sales a year ago. If you're in East Tennessee and in the market for a new home, you got to give her a call or text at 423-619-6748. Again, 423-619-6748. That's Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. I'm Aaron Harvey, once again alongside Coach Dan Shoemaker. Coach, Bearden has had such an amazing season. In week 1 on Rivalry Thursday, we were shocked to see the Bulldogs leading West for about that whole game, but they lost. In week 2, the Shock made an appearance again as the Bulldogs led Alcoa for about the whole game, but they lost. That one showed that the first one wasn't a fluke. The team from West Knoxville was real, and we even got to see them defeat Oak Ridge at Blankenship Field. But then they played Bradley Central, who, unlike the first 2 teams, blew them out. It was never close with the Bears, ultimately getting the 46-14 victory. Well, it's the quarterfinals rematch tonight in Cleveland. Bearden has a defense that has been praised, and with good reason. Can they show up tonight? Because I feel like they're going to have to hold Bradley to under 20 or less to have a shot.
Yeah, I think you're right, Aaron. Defense will be a huge factor in this game tonight. I think Bearden will make some adjustments. They'll show up better than they did during the regular season. But Bradley Central is just too strong. Tennessee commit Boo Carter seems determined to make that trip to Chattanooga, and if needed, he'll put that team on his back to make that happen.
Boy, he is some kind of athlete. He can do it all. He plays defense, all-purpose yards. He's such a great contribution for that Bradley Central team. For the third straight year, Powell and West are meeting in the postseason. In 22, West won 28-21 in the semifinals. In 21, the Panthers won 35-7 in the semis. That team, or the team that won that game, won the state title. This time it's a quarterfinals meeting, but honestly, the winner could still win a gold ball. Another difference is the 2 teams met in the regular season as region opponents. This time around, the Rebels notched out the overtime victory 24-23 on October 26th. As a football fan, man, you got to be excited that this is happening tonight. West's only blemish is a loss to Alcoa 24-7. Powell had 2 early losses, but I feel like it had a lot to do with breaking in a new quarterback in Deuce Rogers and the wide receivers, because we saw them in week 1 against Anderson County, and they seem to be a much improved team from then. This one should be fun.
Yeah, I think this might be the premier matchup in Knoxville tonight. West scratched out a win that first time, and Powell played them nose-to-nose throughout that entire game. Overtime games are always tough to lose. But tonight, I think it will be just as hard fought. Both teams are hot at the right time. I think this one's too close to call. I think this is a toss-up.
I was listening to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard show on the way back from our game last week, and Jesse Smithy called in. And of course, Jesse Smithy of 5 Star Preps. And he was talking about that West Powell matchup, and he said this time around he was going to give the advantage to Powell, so we'll see. He said that all the way last Friday night, so we'll see if that holds.
You know, it's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. I've always said that. So
it is, and those are 2 evenly matched teams as well, so that makes it even harder to defeat that second team.
Absolutely.
The second time.
Absolutely.
The winner moves on to play in the semifinals, and maybe not against who they thought a couple weeks ago. Clinton had to feel rife with jubilation jubilation following its 24-21 win over Oak Ridge last Friday. Just the first win for the Dragons in that bitter series since 2009. It's the first time Clinton has been in the quarterfinals since 1992, and it's only the second quarterfinal appearance in school history. By the way, in 1992, they went on to play and lose in a state championship game. But the Dragons, even though they were a 3 seed in the playoffs and had to win on the road the first 2 rounds, their game tonight is at home, thanks to the TSSAA playoff rule, which gives the team on the top side of the bracket a home game in rounds 3 and 4. Their opponent is Walker Valley, and the Mustangs are really hard to get a beat on. Early in the season, they lost to East Hamilton on the road 17-10. I guess East Hamilton isn't bad, but the Hurricanes lost to McMinn County 46-20 and Oak Ridge 49-22. Those are 2 teams Clinton defeated to get to tonight. Now, Walker Valley beat a pretty good 6A Cleveland team at home 20-14. It also beat Lenoir City 37-11 just a week ago. But to win a regular season region title, the Mustangs barely defeated McMinn County 17-14, and that was in the middle of a Cherokee 3-game losing streak. That game was on the road. So based on what I could gather, I think Walker Valley probably struggles a little bit on the road, and I think that helps Clinton out quite a bit tonight. If I'm Lee Corso, give me that dragon headgear.
Not so fast, my friend. Well, I think Clinton is riding that wave of positivity we were talking about. Such an emotional win last week might be hard to get those guys focused this week. If Coach Keith can get his players back down to earth, get them focused on the task at hand, Clinton can very easily win this ball game. Playing at home is a definite advantage, but Walker Valley will score points, as will Clinton. I see a shootout tonight. Maybe the last team with the ball will be winning this game.
And that might be so. Clinton has had the ball last, and they have lost games by not having the ball last in just tragic ways. And I think that helps prepare them for tonight's game, and I think they've got a bunch of momentum, and that obviously helps as well. So I'm going to be curious to watch that score as the night goes on.
You know, that team, we watched them develop, because we saw them early against Oak Ridge. We saw them against Heritage. They have grown so much as the season has gone on, and that's what you as a coach want your team to do, to grow, learn how to compete, learn how to win. Clinton's there right now, I think.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something, because a lot of people don't get this side of it, but we were up there, we were breaking down after that Clinton-Oak Ridge game in Clinton, and on the field, there were some really hard disagreements among the coaching staff, and they were kind of getting at each other, and then you see that, and you're like, man, that right there it's indicative to the season that Clinton is having so far, because if your coaching staff isn't even on the same page, then it's hard for the team to win. But it seems they've gotten that cleaned up.
I think they have. Dean Smith used to call that a come to Jesus meeting that he would have with his coaches and his players back, with the Tar Heels. And I think they've had that meeting, and I think they've gotten their life, so to speak.
So I want to say thank you. We can't do this game without sponsorship, and we were able to get some donations and some extra sponsors tonight, so I want to go ahead and mention some of those. I want to say a big thank you to David and Melody Rivers, Greg and Melanie Addington, Judy and Charlie Slack, Jackie and Dwight Maston, Paul and Don Goins, and Joan Kolek from Michigan, and that is Waylon Burgess's grandmother. So we are actually Owasso, Michigan. And I'm glad that was pointed out to me, because that's a fun word to say, Owasso. Also, yeah, let's say pay our respects to Mr. Joe Jones, passed away earlier this year. That, of course, is our boss's father, and he watched every Friday night, and he was a big fan. And so I know that this Coalfield community is certainly missing Mr. Jones. So I tell you what, let's take a break. When we get back, we will preview a couple of the other games going on. And then, of course, we've got to preview this game tonight between Oliver Springs and Coalfield. It's quarterfinals action in our OAB Law Game of the Week.
Welcome to our house.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communications, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
And welcome back to the Elaine Wald of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine, real estate agent serving pretty much all of East Tennessee, but especially Anderson, Blount, Cumberland, Loudon, Knox, McMinn, Monroe, Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties. If you need to buy or sell a home, give her a call or text today, 423-619-6748. That number right there on your screen, 423-619-6748. That's Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. So, color us all shocked, but Alcoa is still alive in the playoffs somehow. The Tornadoes Tasmanian deviled the Roadrunners of Austin East last Friday, 47-6. Hold on a minute, though, because there was a fight, and two defensive starters were ejected from the winning team, so they were set to miss tonight. Alcoa appealed, and the TSSAA said they found no evidence that ejected player Brody Blankenship did anything to warrant an ejection, so he'll be back. But defensive linemen, they're going to be out a defensive lineman. But you know what? Who cares? It's Alcoa. Their second team could probably win a state title blindfolded, right? Well, normally, and that may be the case now as well, but I think this matchup with Gatlinburg-Pittman is intriguing. GP gets to play it at home, and the Highlanders are no slouch. If you look at the common opponents between the two schools, you get Union County, Kingston, Austin East, and Chucky Doak. Alcoa won those games by a combined score of 185-13, if you count only Alcoa's first meeting with Austin East, while GP won those games by a combined score of 222-36. That metric indicates that the Highlanders maybe should expect to win tonight. But let's put the brakes on for a minute, because all those games were blowouts, and the important thing about a blowout isn't really the final score, but just that it was a blowout. Of course, the reason being that the team blowing out can probably make the score as bad as they want to, but they'll normally sub and show some restraint after a certain point. The big outlier I can point to is GP's only loss was a 49-29 defeat to Carter. And are you going to tell me that Alcoa would lose to Carter? I don't think so. As much as I love seeing close games, I think this is probably a 4-score win for the Naders.
Yeah, I think there's going to be tornado warnings in the Gatlinburg area tonight. The Tornadoes have a strong tradition of playing well during the playoffs and making those runs, and I think tonight is going to be no exception. GP has some solid offensive skills. I don't doubt their abilities at all, but I don't think they're enough to overcome Alcoa. I don't think that the loss of the defensive tackle is going to be a big impact. They've got enough depth to make that happen.
I got to say, you're probably right about that. We're about to get set for our national anthem.
Featured performer is Mr. Keith.
So we will join in for that.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
National anthem tonight by Coalfield legend Keith Adcock. Always enjoy hearing that national anthem from him. He does such a great job.
He does. He really does.
So I want to touch on this. Last week we saw Anderson County. They handled Elizabethton at home. That's a solid Cyclone team. But I got to tell you, the Maverick team looked a lot to me like the one last year that brought home a gold ball. Everything's clicking right now for Davey Gillum's team. And that defense was the story of the game for me, which is saying something because the offense is electrifying. Hey, Sir Mix-a-Lot, you like big butts? Well, here's one for you. But Anderson County's on the road tonight to take on a Greenville team that has to be angry from that butt kicking they took last year at the bullpen around this time last year. The Green Devils 10-0. Only 3 teams have scored in the double digits on them, with only one team breaking 20. In the meantime, Region 1 Staples held opponents to 69 total points all year. 69, which is honestly, if I do say so myself, nice. Offense wins games, they say. Defense wins championships, they say. Greenville and Anderson County have a good both of those, and the winner tonight may be the favorite to win the whole thing.
I agree. I think this matchup tonight is kind of the Ric Flair match. To beat the man, you got to be the man. You got to beat the man. To get through to Chattanooga, the Mavs know they've got to beat Elizabethton and Greenville. Anderson County checked off the first box last week. Tonight, they need to check off another playoff win. Playing at Greenville will be tough, but the ever-offensive Mavericks played one heck of a defensive game last week. I was impressed, very much impressed. If they can bring that energy tonight, I think they can move on to the semis next week.
So we will see just a couple more games that are going on. Rockwood is a single A team now, so we don't really cover any 2A teams like we used to, but York Institute is a machine. They've been taking down opponents like their namesake took down German soldiers in the Argonne Forest, except without the mythical turkey gobble. Them Dragons. That's right. Them Dragons, they're in Hampton tonight. I expect them to have a home semifinal game next week because I think that they are going to win. Coalfield, Oliver Springs, the winner of that game is going to play Gordonsville or South Pitt, whoever wins that game. Got to say, I think South Pitt's probably going to take that one home. And then another one, the last one I'm going to mention here is Oakland and Riverdale. You think if you're a football fan, casual, hey, Oakland, that's that team that has started terrible. They win state championships all the time, so they're probably going to win that game. But Riverdale beat them in the regular season to win a region championship, so I don't know. That game was 25-24, and it's called the Battle of the Borough. That was at Oakland. Tonight it's at Riverdale, with the winner going to Bearden and Bradley Central winner. I think Oakland gets revenge there. Yeah, you got anything you want to add?
Well, yeah, I think it's hard to predict the future, but I'm going to try here is Swami Doc in the tradition of Karnak the Great for the older folks out there that remember that. But here's what I see as I hold the card up to my forehead. The York Dragons are taking a long bus trip. They're headed to J.C. Campbell Field to take on the Bulldogs of Hampton. They will return victorious and start planning for that Thanksgiving Day practice next week. I also see the Pirates winning by 2 scores. I don't think that one's ever in doubt. And Oakland-Riverdale will be the premier mid-state matchup. The Battle of the Borough will be a toss-up, maybe overtime tonight.
All right, so those are the thoughts of Karnak the Great. Is that what that was?
Swami Doc.
Swami Doc.
And the tradition of Karnak the Great.
I like that a lot.
Swami Doc.
So I want to remind you, we are in our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. As you see Coalfield walking in front of its fans, you've got some team captains out at midfield ready to go shake hands and do the coin toss. So let's talk about this one, because here we are again in what is such a great matchup that shows everyone what small-town football is all about. Coalfield, Oliver Springs, 2 schools with a lot of history and a lot of connections. So many of these players and their parents know each other, have seen each other throughout the years. The pads just got a little bit bigger, growing in size, as the boys who put them on did as well. All those midweek practices, learning the game to get to middle school and play under the Thursday night lights, just to get to high school, where they encountered 2-a-day spring practices, summer workouts. Some of these kids probably wore the jersey of the opposing team at some point in all of that. But now they're on that field tonight with lifelong friends / rivals standing in their way of playing at least one more week of football. Games like these serve as a great reminder as to why we're fans of high school sports.
Yeah, the thing that stands out in my mind in the quarterfinals is there are only 8 teams left in single A playing football tonight. Only 8. And so these 2 schools being 4 miles apart is a tremendous thing to me. The other thing that makes this game special is the tradition. Old men will discuss this thing for years and maybe even argue this or that. And during the game, that call, that missed play, whatever. So it's levels. This thing is more than just a football game tonight.
And in 50 years, as Greg Addington is still doing public address announcing here at Coalfield, and he does his little game day preview packet, it's going to have, hey, on this date, 50 years ago, and he'll have information about this game that's about to take place tonight as well. Mason Day of Oliver Springs had a great game in the first matchup, but that's what he does. He's got 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground this year. Also an important key to that Oliver Springs defense, having registered 19 tackles for loss this season, including 15 sacks. He's got to have a big game on both sides of the ball tonight for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Coach Harper wants to run the ball. He would be content to play ball control tonight, eat clock, and shorten this game up. Day would be a big part of that strategy for sure.
Coalfield's had more success through the air this season than on the ground, which much recent historical trends, honestly. But there's still a 1,000-yard rusher in the backfield in Jaden Bunch. As we see, the coin toss has been had. Oliver Springs wins it. They will defer, so Coalfield will get that ball first. You know, Bunch is just a sophomore, but he's strong and shifty with the ball in his hands. Quarterback Luke Treese could go over 2,000 passing yards tonight on top of that. So it doesn't need to be said that Coalfield's offense is dangerous.
Yeah, they're tough to defend because they can attack you all over the field. They run the ball well. They throw the ball well. Treese can throw and run. You've got a good running back. You've got a bunch of good receivers. The Bobcats are going to have to figure out some tendencies and then try to make Coalfield predictable.
Well, kickoff just minutes away. I got to have me some Dr. Dan's do's and don'ts.
Yeah, we've got some tonight. I think for Coalfield, play your game, do what you do, get the ball out quick to loosen up the defense, and I think they need to win on special teams. The don'ts, don't let Oliver Springs have those long drives. Don't let the Bobcats hang around in the fourth quarter, and don't look past this game to next week's game. For Oliver Springs, do's, control the ball, control the clock. Weather that first quarter storm. Coalfield scores a bunch of points in the first quarter. Play smart, limit those big penalties. And the don'ts, don't give up the big play, don't get off your schedule, and don't let the pressure of a quarterfinal game get inside your head.
Dr. Dan's do's and don'ts. Glad to have that on this season for our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show, which we are wrapping up right now as we get set for this kickoff. And as we said, Oliver Springs won the toss, so they deferred. We'll be kicking off to Coalfield.
Number 1, Jaden Bunch.
Set to kick this one for Oliver Springs, Bryson Goodman. Back deep to receive. for Coalfield is Jaden Bunch and Eli Roberts.
Aaron, before the kickoff, I just want to talk about how beautiful this field looks tonight.
Oh, it's magnificent. And there is that kickoff. It's wobbly, and it will be taken on a run at about the 27-yard line. And getting up to about the 41 for Coalfield is Eli Justice, and that is where Coalfield will begin with a Hammers 1st and 10, and that's pretty good field position.
Yeah, Justice did exactly what you want on a kick return. Get the ball, get upfield. No dancing, no trying to find a crease. Grab it and go, or grab it and growl if you want to. So yeah.
Here's something we're looking for tonight. The fast start offense. Coalfield has outscored opponents in the first quarter 172-20.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So here's that Hammers 1st and 10, man in motion for Coalfield, but not getting the football, as instead that will go to Jaden Bunch, and Bunch is stacked up around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they ran a little counter right there, and it didn't fool Oliver Springs at all. They were sitting waiting on that one.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay. Levi Heidel went in motion, but man, clogging up that middle right there for Oliver Springs is Carson Nibbins.
Yeah, he did a great job, just kind of maintained his position, let the play come to him. And that's what you like offensive or defensive linemen to do.
2nd and 12, Yellow Jackets.
Two young coaches tonight, as Tyler Harper just in his 2nd year at Oliver Springs, and Benson Napier at Coalfield just in his 3rd year here at Coalfield. As here's Treese from the shotgun, handoff goes to Bunch, and Bunch gets up to about the original line of scrimmage, and that will bring up 3rd and about 10.
Yeah, remember when I said make Coalfield a little predictable? Probably going to throw the ball right here. That or the draw. I coached against both of these head coaches when they were players, and I can tell you they were both fierce competitors on the field.
So here is Treese on a 3rd and 9 is what they're calling it. Treese, straight drop. Now got some pressure. He's going to have to roll to his right, and he's got some open field. And he turns a flip, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Wow.
After a pickup of about 4. So it's still going to be 4th and long.
4th and about 6, maybe. 4th and 5.
My goodness. We got to watch this Chuck Fleischman replay here.
Yeah, he gets pressure. They get him off the spot, so he pulls it down, heads up the right sidelines, trying to make something happen here. And, ooh.
Wow.
As a coach, you don't like to see your quarterback do somersaults like that.
No, but Coalfield got a fake punt with Levi Heidel, and Heidel crosses midfield. Boy, he's going to be close. And I think he's got it.
Yeah, he's about a yard.
Gutsy call by Coach Napier.
Runs out of punt formation. 1st and 10.
Just got it, ran straight ahead.
And Oliver Springs had a chance to stop him. But Heidel did a great job bouncing off tacklers and moving the sticks for a Hammers 1st and 10. And now in Oliver Springs territory.
Yeah, that'll be a big play. That's a big play right there. Oliver Springs had really done a good job getting the 3 and out, and then gave up the 1st down on a fake punt.
So here is Treese. This is going to be a quick out. And up to about the 40-yard line, pick-up of 5. And that goes to number 5, Mr. Levi Heidel.
Yeah, Heidel had a nice catch right there.
And he comes up a little bit gimpy.
Yeah, he's a little gimpy right there.
2nd and 5, Yellow Jackets.
Let's see the Chuck Fleischman replay here. Couldn't see a lot there that made him gimpy.
And listen, when he pulled out of that tackle, maybe he tweaked his ankle.
So 2nd and 5, Treese. This time sends Roberts in motion. Roberts gets the jet sweep, and he crosses the line to gain, and then some. That's enough to move the sticks again. A Hammers 1st and 10 for Coalfield. Ball will be spotted at the Bobcat 33-yard line.
I think Coalfield right there is playing to their strength, a little speed, get to the ball to the outside. Nice play call.
Back up to the line, 2 wide receivers, 2 either side for Coalfield. Back in the backfield is Bunch. Bunch gets the carry. No, it's a fake handoff. And here is Treese in open field. And he's going to be brought down by Dakota Adkins.
But yeah, just short.
Inside the 5-yard line. So it's going to be a Hammers first and goal with 3.
Yeah, he's got a nice first step right there. He's able to separate pretty quickly.
First,
Adkins there. Looked like about to grab under that shoulder pad.
I was waiting on the horse collar.
Thought better of it.
He played that well.
So Coalfield threatening at the 3-yard line. And it looks like we're going to have Wildcat formation. Should be a direct snap to Bunch or Big Daddy. It's going to Big Daddy.
Get to Big Daddy and
Colton
met him
Henry.
inside. Yeah.
Dropped in the backfield. A loss of 3 on the play. Will bring up second and goal from the 6.
Colton Henry, the ball carrier. Met first by number 7.
Yeah, Oliver Springs was waiting on that one.
Forward momentum gives him the 5, actually. So that's a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they were not fooled the least.
Second and goal, Yellow
by the Wildcat.
5.
And Bunch receives the bulk of the carries for this Coalfield team, but make no mistake, Big Daddy can run it, as here is Treese back in the shotgun formation. 3-step drop, looking, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like he's going to be all the way back at the 12.
Wow.
Treese.
Yeah, they got him to the 12 there.
So a loss of 7 on the play will bring up third and goal. And so far, Coalfield, they had it at the 3 with a Hammers first and goal, and they've lost 9 yards since then.
Now, Oliver Springs is playing man on the back end right there, and they had everybody covered. There's nobody open.
In goal, Yellow Jackets, ball on the 12.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a draw here.
4 down territory for sure.
Exactly.
Treese drops back to pass, looking over the middle, and that pass skips.
Did we see a flag in the middle or something? Yeah, I think
there is a flag in the middle. Good call.
Incomplete penalty marker on the play.
That's around the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to see that with that brown grass.
And that's a hold on Coalfield, so Coach Harper will have a decision to make. Do you give Coalfield 2 downs to go 22 yards? You don't.
I don't. I agree with you. Good call, Coach.
4th and 12. Now, I said this is obviously 4 down territory, but Coalfield can kick a field goal here, too. And special teams could be a difference maker.
I think they are. Is that Jack Treese coming in with the block?
That is. Coalfield already faked a punt. What are the chances they fake a field goal here, too?
Yeah, I think I would stay safe on this one. I wouldn't.
Matthew Denton to hold, Treese to kick. This will be a 29-yard attempt. There's a snap set. The kick is straight up in the air and short.
Wow.
So Oliver Springs holds.
That's a big win for the Oliver Springs defense, I'm just going to tell you. From a momentum factor, that's a big win for the Oliver Springs defense.
Was it tipped? It looked like possibly the trajectory of the ball changed a little bit.
Now, I know he didn't hit it well.
No, he certainly didn't.
First and 10 Bobcats. Ball on the 20. Quarterback for the Bobcats, number 18.
So that will put the ball at the 20-yard line for Oliver Springs. We'll get the first look at their offense as Liam Bokey, the quarterback, goes empty. Sets 4 wide on the left side of the line here, and Bokey's going deep. He's got a man.
Off his fingertips.
Getting just one hand on it is Jaquan Benton, but man.
Intended for Jaquan Benton, incomplete.
That aggressive mindset there. You put 4 wideouts on one side of the field to set up that wide receiver screen, but that also gives you a man-to-man coverage on the right side, and they ran a go with Benton.
Yeah, it's a single coverage on the outside, and obviously they think their man can outrun the defender.
And he did.
And he surely did.
So 2nd and 10 now. This time Bokey sends Adkins in motion from left to right. Handoff up the middle. This goes to Day. Day sidestepping a defender And he'll get up to about the 27-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Nice gain on 2nd down.
This little sidestep right here by Day. Little stutter step.
Little stutter step. It's not a circle on the controller. What would that one be?
I don't know. I think it used to be like R1.
R1, okay.
I believe so. That's tell you.
Juke. Bobcats.
Little juke.
On their own 27.
This time, split way out wide is Benton to the right. Man in motion. That is Jackson Jett. Handoff goes to Day, and Day will have enough for the first down, but there's a flag in the backfield, and I'm guessing this is going to be an illegal motion.
Yeah.
Illegal shift. There it is.
That's a big penalty right there.
Yeah, so Oliver Springs went from having a 3rd and 3. And honestly, an illegal shift was player not set before the ball moves.
Yeah, or you got sometimes you get 2 in motion at the same time.
And so really that wasn't even necessary.
No.
Because Day ran up the middle and the guy in motion didn't really do anything. So that is a big penalty for Oliver Springs, now facing a 3rd and 7.
Went from 1st and 10 to 3rd and 7 right here.
Here's Bokey rolling out to his right. And that pass is almost picked off by Henry.
Big Daddy almost got him once.
Woo! So Coalfield forces the 3 and out. And Oliver Springs will punt this thing away, as you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Woo! Big Daddy about had him one.
Yeah, he had one last time.
So a score of update for you. Clinton currently leads Walker Valley 8-0.
Wow, there you go.
The thing about that Clinton team, though, is I've seen them go up early in games and not finish.
Oh, absolutely.
So
they got to play 4 quarters.
Sure do. So a little bit of high snap for Adkins. Adkins gets a beautiful punt away, though. And Roberts is going to let this one bounce, and it kind of dies there. So great punt, but still good field position for Coalfield. They'll have a Hammers 1st and 10 just over the Coalfield 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good punt. Good coverage. Forced the fair catch, but then again he wasn't able to get to it and handle it, so did the smart thing there, got away from it.
First quarter, Bearden 7, Bradley Central nothing.
So we're getting some scores of interest from PA announcer Greg Addington. He tells us Bearden is up on Bradley Central 7-0. So here is Eli Roberts, gets the edge, and then cuts it back inside. Great move by Roberts, and he's got enough for the Hammers 1st and 10. Pick up a 12.
Nice run right there. Again, getting out on the edge, I think that's an advantage for Coalfield with speed. They're probably very happy that the rain stayed out.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets
stayed away. So
no, they're not the only one.
Oh yeah, I'm tickled to death myself. So.
Coalfield back up to the line, 1 yard shy of midfield. Hammers 1st and 10. Tree sends a man in motion and gives the handoff to Bunch. Bunch makes a great move right at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be tackled down at the 45-yard line of Oliver Springs. Pickup of 6 will make it 2nd and 4.
Nice run. Look at the come off here on the Coalfield offensive line. They're pushing hat on a hat. They get movement right there.
2nd and 4 Yellow Jackets fall on the Oliver Springs 45.
When the running back is able to get that far upfield before making contact with anybody, he's going to have a good run.
2nd and 4. Treese. Back to pass, and that pass is complete. What ball placement there by Treese. Finds Waylon Burgess. And that makes Grandma happy from Owasso, Michigan?
Owasso, Michigan.
I was close.
The ball placement right there, and just a good throw and a catch. Get you to 1st down inside the 40.
Handoff Bunch up the middle, and he's met at that line of scrimmage. And Bunch's helmet comes off. So.
He gets to come out for a minute.
The ball carrier. That first number 61, Brady Woods.
And Brady Woods met Bunch a yard behind the line of scrimmage here.
Boom.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Second and 11.
If you'll notice, the guy over top of him was trying to block down so they could pull from the backside and kick him out. He squeezed, and they never got the angle to block him, and that's the result. Running back gets punished.
Bunch will be replaced on this play by Henry on this 2nd and 11. 2 wide receivers, 2 either side. Henry will go in motion to the right. And he will get the wide receiver screen, and it's not caught.
It's a live ball.
So the play was not blown dead. And that's going to be a big loss on the play.
Lateral to Henry.
And that was a lateral. You think they were trying to set up the halfback pass?
I think they've got it going. Now, it wasn't there, obviously, because you didn't see anybody go down field.
I just wonder, that would be great trickery.
But I guarantee it's in the playbook.
Yeah, great trickery to have your backup running back come in. You don't really expect a lot out of them. So immediately, as soon as Henry comes in, try to hit a halfback pass. 3rd and long, 3rd and 17, in fact, as Treese is going to pull it. And he's going to be tackled from behind. Or
he's not down. He's not down.
Okay, I didn't hear a whistle.
He wasn't down.
Right now, with what I saw in live action, I'm going to agree with you.
His hand and his feet were on the ground. I never saw anything else.
But Chuck Fleischman might be able to lend something to this here. Maybe that knee goes
Maybe
down.
the left knee, but there was no whistle when it happened. So.
Yeah, there was no whistle.
Good replay right there, guys.
4th and 9. Coalfield. If you don't hard count here.
That'll be one they argue about in 50 years.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So here's Treese, 3 wideouts to the left. They're not going to hard count. Instead, looks like they're going to set up a go, and they've got one. Levi Heidel wide open. Cannot make the. He was too wide open.
Intended for Levi Heidel, incomplete.
And Heidel wasn't supposed to run a go there.
No, they got into a scramble drill.
Yeah, so it was covered, and he just went. And Jaquan Benton let him go.
Bobcats take over 1st and 10. Ball on 38.
And Coalfield lucky that wasn't a clean hookup there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oliver Springs lucky.
Is that the rain coming down? Do I see that in the lights?
There is a
misty rain?
Yes. Gentle mists. It was like the little mist setting on the water hose nozzle.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looks like. Bokey, handoff. This goes to Adkins. Adkins looking for running room around the right side. Not a lot there. Maybe a yard.
I thought he had a crease up inside that he chose not to take.
Plastic bag.
Yeah, I thought he had a crease up inside there.
Just over a minute left to play in this first quarter. They gave him about a yard.
A yard. Positive play.
So now an offset eye in the backfield, and a man in motion is Jet, and Jet gets his sweep. And Jet turns it inside, gets up to the 45-yard line. Positive gain there of about 5 yards. Sets up a 3rd and manageable.
Looked like Big Daddy running out to make this tackle as well. No, he was there to clean it up.
No, instead for Coalfield, that is Riley Brown.
Riley Brown was on there. Those linebackers cover a lot of ground for Coalfield.
Oliver Springs does not have to snap the football here, and it looks like they're not interested in it. They're going to take a long time in a break to talk about what they want to do on 3rd down as we start the second quarter. But I want to say thank you to a few more of the sponsors here tonight, helping us tonight. Windrock Snack Shack, 1202 East Tri-County Boulevard, Oliver Springs. Home of the original Rattle Rock and Mudslide burgers. A large menu with options for everyone. Lunch and dinner specials offered daily. Breakfast served all day on both Saturday and Sunday. Like them on Facebook, see that complete menu, or call Tanya Frills at 865-730-6784. She'll tell you what that menu is. Also, One Stop Auto Care, the one-stop shop, all your automotive needs. Chuck Frills, ASE and GM Master Tech certified, over 35 years of experience, routine automotive maintenance, complete engine rebuilds, transmission specialist, fleet service warranty work welcome. Call One Stop Auto Care and Quick Lube, 865-435-3744, and that is at 302 Main Street in